Hey guys, how's everyone doing? Um, it's part three of my video for. It's typically, I suppose you could say it's Saturday, not no longer Friday, but because I'm a bit behind in my plans, I suppose I'm going to try and finish this list. As I said before, I'm a creature of habit, so I've planned to do this list, so I hope I can finish it, and I hope no one wants to my live stream. If you noticed in my last video, I'm in a different room. So anyway, parts 1 and 2, I came up with with points 1 to 10 and 11 to 20 respectively. So I'm hoping to finish that list and hopefully do a better job than I did in the last couple of videos where I got a bit flustered or forgot what I was going to say. So I did try and plan it, but I didn't organise it quite as well as I'd like. But anyway, hopefully those videos were better than I thought they were. But I suppose you can let me know in the comments section. But as I often say in these videos, I don't want it to be too long. So I'm going to try and get on with this list, and hopefully someone out there will enjoy it, as I often say. Number 21, I hope to learn about as much as possible about Asia's financial / economic history. I've heard a lot about like India apparently used to be the richest country in the world, and at one point it was China. So I think that's quite interesting. Like people say, a lot of their wealth was looted from their country and things like that. 22. I hope to look at how Asian nations can, as they work together. I think it's a really exciting. I know I've mentioned this point, so I apologise if I'm repeating a lot of points, but I think it's really exciting and should be really fun. But also, I think get a lot done. I think they would also get a lot done if people from Asia work together as well. So a lot of people talk about being serious and not having fun, but I'm a great believer that without fun, life is quite dull. So I think having fun is quite important. So, but I also think they can still kind of get things done and work together. And I think it's a really exciting prospect to think about imagining around 4 billion people or more around the world. And if they network with people from Africa as well, there'd be even more people. And again, from the diaspora and all that sort of thing, networking together to enable Asia to do well. 23, I've talked before again about people from Asia learning about dyslexia and related conditions, and I think it'll be quite ironic because I think from what I've heard, like people in countries like China and India and places like that, or even across Asia, think that people with dyslexia or conditions like that, like dyslexia, are I think that people have even used terms like retarded or stuff like that, which here in the UK would be like non-PC terms. But I think they basically see us as quite weak, and if we can't do well academically, they judge people on how good you can do academically or in a classroom. But I think people with neurodiversity, special needs, learning disabilities, or whatever you want to call us, or whatever you want to call it, or whatever you want to call them, in the plural, can do. Sorry if I'm waffling, by the way, but it can do really well. And there's lots of examples of famous people with dyslexia, like Richard Branson, who's a billionaire, Charles Schwab, another billionaire, Craig McCall, probably just as rich, if not as richer than Richard Branson, but not many people have heard of him. But I've read about famous dyslexics. So the late founder of IKEA, Ingvar Kamprad, he was dyslexic. And there are many dyslexic people who are billionaires. I think people will be shocked if they find out how much, and hopefully if people found out, like teachers and parents and society generally in Asia, found out about famous dyslexics, financially successful dyslexics, and what they've contributed. I think hopefully people in Asia will see dyslexic people in the classroom as capable of achieving great things and contributing a lot. And maybe Asia could utilize the strengths of people with dyslexia and ADHD and autism conditions like that. Like autistic people can be good at science or maths or things like that, and So if they saw those strengths, then hopefully they could see that those could contribute to Asia really well. And again, apologies if I'm repeating any points, but I was thinking, like, I was watching something about a slum in India, and I think it's one of the biggest slums in India, if not in Asia, maybe even in the world. And the struggles they have, and I was thinking how it would be great if there were like charities or NGOs that could go there and like take footballs and play football with the kids and bring a bit of joy and things like that. And also like education. I'm not a big fan of academia, but I suppose it's better than not getting any education, or even they could be like basically they could learn about the key skills for the future, like say like STEM and things like that. So yeah, I'd love to do lots of charity work in Asia as well. And 24, as I say, I'd love to think about the imagination and the possibility of that many people. Work again, like I say, about supposedly Asia has 60% of the world's population. So networking together what they could achieve, what problems they could solve, and what they could offer to the rest of the world, what opportunities they could have. Like, although things like, say, the coronavirus, that creates a lot of problems, but it can also create a lot of opportunities, because people will want things like hygienic things, or like hand sanitizers, paper towels, or loo roll, toilet roll, whatever you call it, and whatever else. And maybe invent things like that can keep people calm, or find creative ways to create activities for people, or things like that, if they're feeling bored or stressed. So I think there's lots of great opportunities by working together. Most of my tech ideas I want to support Africa with, but in other areas, I think Asia could create lots of great scientific discoveries and things like that by working together. And as I say, there's two heads are better than one, and a problem shared is a problem halved. So if they work together, I think the problems will be smaller or more manageable because they'll be working together, but also the positive sides can be multiplied as well. So as well as making the negative sides or the problems smaller, they can also make the solutions or the positive sides bigger. I hope that makes sense, as I say. But so yeah, I think there's great opportunities to work together. I'm a great believer that if you work together, you can achieve much more than if you go against each other. So a united nation or united continent in this case can do a lot more than one. 25, I hope for Egypt to be a bridge between, because I think it's the only transcontinental country between Africa and Asia. So it's basically both in Africa and Asia, apparently. So symbolically, I think that would be great for Egypt to host as many events as possible between bringing together Africa and Asia, and both continents I hope will benefit, but also Egypt itself will hopefully benefit. 26, on that note, I hope for Asia and Africa to look at what they have in common, people of colour as well, like, as I said before, being colonised and things like that, and reasons why they could network together. I've not really thought of many things that begin with F. I talked about alliterations, but hopefully they can have fun somewhere along the line as well, and work together to empower each other financially, and even share ideas on films and things like that, play football together and things like that. 27, I hope to learn different, like, say, for instance, what the letter F is in all possible Asian languages. I think that would be quite interesting as well. Or maybe the alphabet generally in every possible Asian language as well. Although I've talked before about the important, like, learning English as it's an international language and how that would benefit people in Asia. 28, again, by working together, I hope they will help each other to solve each other's problems and work on the negative, how to solve those negative issues and turn them into positives, and things like that. 29, I hope for people like who are part Asian, like Eurasians, like myself, and Blasians, part black and part Asians, if you haven't heard of that term before. And Eurasian means someone who's part European and part Asian. Will work to support Asia as well. I think it's quite ironic, like me, I'm only part Asian, but yeah, I seem to believe in Pan-Asianism more than most people who are fully Asian. And 30, I hope to hear any ideas or thoughts that you have. Thanks for listening to the ramblings of a mad person, but hopefully they had some interesting or decent ideas in these videos, and we'll come up with some new ideas as well, and make a video that's fun in the future, hopefully, all being well. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and if you made it this far, I really appreciate it. Please drop a like and subscribe if you haven't done so, and share the video. Yeah, I hope it wasn't too bad. Peace and love.